Hey guys, welcome back to the Vid-Bits. It's Brian here with a little bit more of the Legend of Zelda for the original Nintendo. Playing this one on the NES Classic, and we're gonna pick up where we left off on the Overpowering Link, starting off with that level 1 dungeon. My favorite thing to do when I'm playing this game is to see how many keys I can collect without using them improperly and not having to ever buy one. So the first thing I'm going to do in this is to go to the left and to the right and collect some keys. A couple easy screens. Now that we have the white sword, it's pretty easy to kill stuff like these Stalfos. They go down pretty quickly, and one of them contained a key, so we're already at 2. If you watched the last video, you saw that when I went in and out of this dungeon quickly, it made the door that was previously here go away, so it was not something I had to use one of those keys for, so I'm already +1 on that. Gonna go to the next screen here, kill some more Stalfos and try to get some money. When you have the white sword and you kill enemies that are supposed to be killed with more than one hit, they usually drop some rupees, so it's good to know. You can see there I'm getting some great drops because I'm using the white sword in this dungeon now instead of the wooden sword, which you may typically use. You can use a bomb and go up here. Next room, got some of these little guys here. I don't know what they're properly called. I didn't have to grab that map, I did. I'm not going to kill these guys because I'm not going to get anything out of it. Going in the next room here, killing Stalfos and getting another key. Going to use it to go up here. Going to get into a room with some moblins. Awesome, another key. You have to use this key because obviously we want the treasure in this dungeon. This tactic you just saw me go in with the room is a quick way to not get damaged when you're trying to go through it and not having to wait. And obviously you can see I'm tanking hits because I have that blue ring we picked up in the last playthrough. These are one of my favorite rooms to come across in when I was a kid. I just always knew something fun was going to happen. And you have those little booby traps to try to prevent you from getting in there. Kind of felt like a little bit of Indiana Jones going in this dungeon and in this room, and then there's traps. So cool. Unlock this next room here. Gonna kill this room full of moblins. I usually stand off to the side instead of directly one-on-one. I usually use these room grids like this to line up my enemies based on what they're doing, and I'll go mid lines and fight like this. You'll see a lot of that when I play. Here, since I just got that boomerang, I like to do this move. It's kind of fun. Get the boomerang and get these wall grabber guys. Again, I don't think that's the name of their name. It's not wall grabber guys. And you just keep spamming the boomerang until they all mob up together into a nice clump, and then you satisfyingly kill them all and get all the treasure at once. He doesn't stand a chance. You just stab him in his head a couple times. And we're already done with Dungeon 1. I'm gonna go grab the Triforce piece. The cool thing about the last playthrough that we did is we picked up the arrow early, so a lot of people will go into this dungeon and get the bow and not be able to even reap the reward of having it. The arrow is pretty useful to kill enemies at a reach. It also can pick up items if you did not know, but it does cost 1 rupee per use, so it actually does give you a use for money after you've collected a lot of it. I'm gonna go and head on to Dungeon 2. I wanted to pick up a couple things in the last playthrough, I didn't, so I'm going to try to sweep through and pick those up, which is a large shield, so I don't have to worry about crap like that, getting smacked in the face with that guy's fireball. Large shield will deflect that. Large shield's really good to have early because you can deflect magic attacks too when you get in some of the later levels. The only enemy that can really screw you over with the large shield is able to, in one of the later levels, I think at level 6 he shows up and you can eat your shield. So as long as you're very mindful and you boomerang those enemies and stun those enemies, it doesn't really affect you too bad, and you can feel, you know, not the same anxiety I felt as a kid picking up the big shield and then inevitably getting eaten by, I think it's called a like, but let me know in the comments below. Heading here to one of my favorite dungeons, Dungeon 2. You can always kind of tell the dungeon based on the enemy hanging out outside of it. If it's a weaker enemy, you know it's going to be a lower level dungeon, but since it's blue, it's level 2. Had the red Octorok on the outside of level 1, so the blue's outside of level 2. Gonna go around and try to catch some extra keys again here. As long as you have plenty of bombs, you're good off. But I really shouldn't have the bomb selected. I should have my boomerang selected in case something comes at me. These guys are rough unless you have full sword. That helps. It's just about straight lines of sight, and then they'll rush you. Just kind of picking up some extra money here. I don't really have to fight all of these guys. As long as you have the bombs in this level, you're not going to use the keys that they provide. So it's important to have bombs because you never want to buy keys. They're there in the shops, and if you want to hear an interesting jingle that's not the same happy little jingle you're used to, look at that. You hit the boss in a moblin room and it'll kill all of them. Sometimes they'll all drop treasure, and then sometimes they don't have any. But if you buy a key in a shop in the overworld, it doesn't make a pleasant sound. It makes a discouraging sound, as to say. Especially in the first quest. You definitely need to buy them in the second quest. I won't deny, that's what they're there for. And maybe if you get super stuck, maybe that's why you would buy some keys. This room is horrible when you don't have that blue ring. Alright, so I'm going to do my bombing here. And we're going to go up and we're going to go down. I'm going to go down first because going up is towards the thing there. Towards the Triforce. I'm showing you this for your knowledge. There's the... so you can see the whole map, but there's the map here, and I believe this is the compass, so these are not necessary rooms to bomb into, but I'm just showing you anyways. There's nothing of value to clear those rooms, so I just want you to feel confident that you don't need to go there. I went there so you don't have to. So when you go into this first blue moblin room, you really want to just bomb up and then continue to go up. If you're going along the rooms that are also on the left there, you can go along those, and I probably will go back and show you that too, but they're all gonna alternately have like key rooms that are gonna try to lure you into wasting keys like that one. Just waste a key to get in here when you could just waste some bombs, which are super inexpensive and free all over. And again, I'm mainly doing these rooms for money. I'm showing you where you can bomb, so bomb in here. And so we didn't waste any keys in any of those rooms there. Awesome, very convenient to get a stopwatch here. So many bombs. I'm going to leave that guy in the corner because he'll stay as long as I don't take it. But I'm also just kind of showing you the rest of the complete outside of that area. Lots of money to be had here. These guys are very good about dropping 5s. And show you on the map, we just have one more room to clear that gap to pretty much show you this whole dungeon. And again, in the next couple dungeons, I'm going to probably rip through them a lot faster. But just kind of wanting to show you those other rooms. Pick up another key. Again, you can see we're plus 6 keys. There's no reason to buy keys. I have all my bombs there. I'm going to leave those there so when I do this fight here, a couple things about the Dongo. You can hit him
with smoke paralyzation, and then you can stab him to kill him, or you can feed him 2 bombs. It's your choice. I'm gonna just try to see if we can do the smoke paralyzation method, and I did. And he died. And I don't have to go back and get that bomb drop. I'm just gonna leave it for whatever reason. Going in here and finishing up Dungeon 2. On our mad dash to Dungeon 3 to pick up our next relevant item, which is the raft. You know, I might pick up, thinking about picking up the big shield since I'm in the price range to have it, which is 90. Again, the shop I'm buying it from is the one that has the cheapest price. Apologize for that. Nice. Alright, so now we don't have to worry about fireballs that we don't see, and it'll clink right off the front of that bad boy. Bonk. Bonk. Alright. Next things that we would need money for is bomb upgrades. Also, we already got the meat, so we don't have to waste money on that. Potion, obviously. You know, if you're really awesome, once you get the pair minimum to get the Master Sword, you're free to just use one of the places to buy the potion, and then just never, you know, spend money on it. But I don't do that. I always get full heart containers. These guys would split into 2 if you didn't have that white sword by now. So it's important to have it. Getting on our quest to get more keys. Another convenient getting a stopwatch as soon as we started in this room. Yeah, another key. Alright, I'm gonna leave these guys right now. I'm gonna go back and get them on the way back. Have to use a key here. And we're gonna have to clear this room. Look at that. Man, we're getting some great RNG on the stopwatches. Stopwatches and keys. I just wanted to do that for fun. That was neat. And we're gonna barrel through and take a little bit of damage trying to clog into this room here. I don't think I'm gonna clear that room coming out because I believe it's a bomb drop, so I'm not gonna waste the time killing all those enemies on the way out. I'm just gonna go through. We got our prize. See ya. That's really one of those precision enemies you're gonna fight in this game where there is some skill to them. I skipped a key. I could go back and get it, but I'm telling you, you're not gonna need that many. Especially, I'll show you in this playthrough, in the last of this series playthrough, where to get the master key, so you won't need it. But yeah, I skipped the key. There's so many extra. You get the key in this room. The only one that you're going to want to go to is on the right, because the rest of them are just not fruitful, or will just yield in getting another key to replace for the door that you opened. Get the map and show you. And then I have bombs, so I just bomb in this room. this guy one good place bomb. If I can get a good one, I didn't, so I'm just gonna have to deal with him a little bit. He's being a mad fellow. Oh, look at that. Now that was a rookie move of me. He's gonna be completely refreshed to health, and I really shouldn't use any more bombs, but bam. Awesome. Alright. And there we go. Triforce level 3. And we got the means to get into level 4, which we're going to head into right now. I wanted that so bad, and there it was. That's sweet. Level 4. Another key, we're at 8. It's amazing. You're probably thinking to yourself, you have 8 extra keys at level 4? I bet you that's what you're thinking right now. Like, I did have 8 extra. I know, it's crazy. Look at that. Look at all that goodies for that bomb. Don't be apprehensive about using your bombs. I know as a child I was always like, I'm not gonna get more bombs. Well, if you use bombs, you get bombs. Just make sure you blow up enemies when you use bombs. I'm gonna darkly navigate this room and look at that. If I didn't just prove it to you. And then I'm in a room here where I'm gonna darkly traverse it and kill some of these blobs and other blobs. Alright. Now we're gonna go and get the ladder. These are the guys that will kill my big shield if I let them, so I do not want them to touch me so that I'm inactive, just like that. So now I gotta wait to get my sword back. It's very dangerous. You do not want to get 8 like that. And guess what? Look at that. That's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So that shows you how easily you can lose 90 rupees. Not the most favorable outcome. It's funny though. I don't mind. Eventually you will get to the point where if you're not using the bow and arrow, and if you don't continuously need to refill your potions, you'll have the money to buy it again before you really need to worry about having it, which is the end game. But, you know, it is what it is. That's what they say. It also shows you, you know, what not to do. So I'm skipping back over this way. We're gonna get here to the end of this dungeon and wrap this up, killing this boss. And then you know where to go in the dark. Make up a little bit of that money. There we go. There's a ninth of the shield back in my pocket. I forgot to show you that there actually is a key in here. Again, just the quest to have 1,000,000 keys. Bloopity bloop, there's my key, hooray! Cutting it close on this boss here, so hopefully I don't make a fool of myself getting to this guy. That's what I wanted. fun. Because if I would have had that shield, yes, I did that. Thank you. Oh, man. Anyway, that was exhilarating. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the playthrough of The Legend of Zelda and saw that you can have a bunch of keys. And, you know, we're going to get the Master Sword and wrap up the dungeons in the next one, and I hope that you tune into it and like and subscribe for more. This has been Brian with the Vid-Bits, and as always, peace.